What up, what up? Bankroll Tim bedded up. We got this Monte Carlo SS right here. Got this cowl hood on it. Got an LS in it. I did a rear end for this guy, 9-inch that I did on the bench. How you like that killer custom setup right there? Look at them blue shocks, y'all. Ooh, them blue shocks are doing it, ain't they? Anyways, them blue shocks and them springs are coming off. We got the anti-roll, which yeah, this is just a 3/8 one. I didn't know that he got the small one, but there's the cross brace. Got the coilovers, the shock, got the spring, got all the brackets, the anti-roll, for the bottom. I thought that it does not have the plates in here for. Good thing I stocked up on the wall, but the coilover bracket, it goes on the lower torque box. So it's got the top shock tabs in there, the cross brace, everything. So that's what I'm gonna tackle on this thing. And as of right now, I'm gonna pull the springs and the shocks out of it. Probably take the back tires off just to get them out of my way so I can measure everything. And yeah, I don't know if this one's a real SS or not. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Not like it means much nowadays anyways. Alright, that's what's going on in this video. So I'll be back once I pull these springs and shocks off. Bed it up, right back. Alright y'all, I got the back wheels off. I got the stands underneath here because this was a temporary setup. And I pre-drilled a hole in here for him when he brought the rear end to me, and I fabbed this shit up. But now I gotta take the lower control arm bolt out, drop this down, boom. I'll do it one at a time, drop this one out, boom, put it back in, boom, take the other side. And then I can get the coil springs up out of there. This guy installed his motor himself, installed the control arms himself, installed the rear end himself, all at the crib. So, good work. But yeah, this stuff has gotta go. I'm gonna double check the rear end, make sure it's squared up and leveled up, plumbed up. As you can see, that side is a little lower, but once I get that shocks out of there and them springs out of there, I'll set the height where I want it. And I'll build everything off of there. Put the cross brace in and stuff like that. See, he's set up to take a 24 and with like a 6-inch lip, I think as well. We set it up for something like that. So you got the spacer on there. But, or maybe he put that on there to clear the caliper, I'm not sure. But anyways, it's all good. This is the one I talk about all the time. See how it's machine fit. It's a 1/2-inch done, a 1/2-inch hole. So, yeah, I got that on there, but it keeps the spacer centered, square. Boom. I know they got the adapters that have the little lip on it to keep the hub centric and stuff like that. This is fine like that. But anyways, right y'all, you know, that's the spot right there. TrickChassis. Oh yeah. And I don't know who this guy is. What the hell was he thinking? All right, I'll be back. I'm back, y'all. So, trying to get the Driveshaft out. So we started to adjust the lowers, which, you know, I need to adjust anyways, and the rear end had a negative pinion. So, and dude knew he didn't have it perfect. But anyway, the cap, for one, 3 of these bolts were loose, but the cap will not come off of this side. And this side came off, but all of the little things are broke off inside there. And look, you can tell right there, that is from it being loose, or this possibly not being the right U-joint for this, or it's because it's loose. So I'm about to call the customer, let him know what's going on here. But yeah, we got those raggedy ass what do I call this stuff, guys? Bullshit. If you ride this, you just need to park it, because this is bullshit. Don't try pulling up with some expensive ass wheels and have these blue bullshit shocks on your shit, because you ain't doing nothing. Don't bring it out. Oh yeah, that's where we're at now, because we couldn't get the rear end to drop far enough because the drive shaft was hitting the exhaust, and that was causing it to where the rear end wouldn't come down enough, because I really wouldn't have had to take the drive shaft out of it. So we got it off, got it pushed in, and I'm gonna drop now to get the springs out of here. This cup being so tall, and then true SS cars have that piece that bolts in the top. I don't understand what it is, but I know all the SS cars and G-Body Monte Carlo had that. So anyways, but yeah, don't ride that bullshit. And let me figure out some more things and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I meant to show you this yoke. So basically what it is this a 1350 yoke. This U-joint is not the right U-joint for this. So what it was doing, let's get this light up in here. You can see the cap right there. You can see the needle bearings. So the cap's actually on there crooked. So this little C-clip ring deal here does not fit in here. So you see what it did to the yoke. It's got this wear mark in here, and the little C-clip deal on the back of there that centers the U-joint was hitting on here. So he tightened it up, but obviously it wiggled around and got loose. So that line right there at the bottom of my fingernail, boom. I'll show you what this over here. So we got this one fell off, so all the needle bearings were all wedged in there, all fucked up. So see how there's some long ones and there's little short broke ones. That's because this was wedged in there. So now look, take this over here. This is drive shaft up out the way. Let me show you what this was doing. This cap does not fit. See how it doesn't fit? I mean, it does, but see that? So it was sitting, Jaden, hold the drive shaft up. All right, so when it's in there, you see that? That's not the right, it's not the right cap. You can see how far that goes around. So it's the wrong U-joint. This is 1350 yoke. This U-joint is not a 1350 U-joint. This one's in there crooked. And as you can see with that one right there, twist a little bit, Jaden. One more time, you can see that it's crooked and it does not want to come off. Jaden, grab that pry bar and pry that fucker off. Look at this.
You can see all broken in there.
That's a hard angle to get.
Yep.
All right. I hit my finger. Damn. Yeah, you guys got to be careful with doing this stuff, man. And then how gritty it is from the grease that's in here stock, but then with all the little needle bearings eating themselves up is what made it so chunky and gritty. Well, yeah, that does want to come off. Then the other, so this was the one that was on this side, and that's how, let's see, it was crushing itself inside there. But yeah, you guys got to be careful. Everybody pay attention to stuff. Don't just get in the car, turn the music up and drive. But it's a good thing we caught it, because it would have been nasty. This thing, oh, there it is, it popped off. This thing's a SuperCharged LS, and it's pushing some power. That one really didn't eat itself up though, did it?
Don't know. Right off
there,
here.
the light's right here.
There's a chunk
On
in
that
there.
side's not really.
There's a chunk or two in there.
Oh, yep. And there's one broke in the middle.
I mean, you gotta be careful putting these things in.
But yeah. So he's checking with his drive shaft place that he had make the drive shaft. And they're gonna see what U-joint this is.
Dude, there's like
And this cap piece. You guys can see. It's got a little smash in it.
yeah, this thing's
Let's see this. I don't trust this. Now that side, definitely. You got it out of gear, Jaden?
No, I put back apart.
Alright, so this side
You want to
here.
get it out of here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, just look. Oh yeah, it's got a nasty ridge lip on it. It's ate up. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of. Come on, focus, man. A lot of grit. So no good. He's gonna find one.
Oh, yeah, these are broken in here.
And like I said again, look at how that shit in there is just fucking nothing but like metal chunks, and they're like baked in there.
Look at the center of this one is all tore up. Where like a Zerk fitting would go.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Chokes.
Check this out. More garbage. Bink.
Chunky, chunky, chunky.
Now I gotta go wash my hands. But there. That's the type of stuff that happens. And that could have caused a lot more shit to get damaged. The drive shaft could have came apart, spun the drive shaft under the car, and you guys know what drive shafts do underneath cars when they're spinning. Bounce around and beat the shit out of the exhaust and beat the shit out of the floor. All right, y'all. I'll be back. All right, y'all. Back on the SS. All right, so I had to cut these brackets because these are the ones with the curve in it that welded the housing. But you guys know I always go off the back of the SuperCharged box. Boom. And I don't hide nothing. I don't hide nothing. It was spitting and sputtering a little bit because I didn't clean the black paint off enough, but the weld is still in there good. So I'll clean that up. Well, I'll clean up the splatter. This side didn't splatter for shit, but the weld's in there. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see. You know, I'm not perfect, but it's got penetration on it. All right, so we got the drive shaft figured out with the U-joint. So this one does need the offset U-joint, which, so this one, let's see, there's the number. So this one, the 1350 yoke for the rear end are the two up and down. And then the two left and right are the ones that take the little C-clips that'll go in the drive shaft. So we got that figured out. The owner talked to him about it yesterday, and he went and he brought 3 from the parts store, and this is the one that ended up working. There is some scarring on. I got a Dremel bit without cleaning it, but as you can see, that's what I was trying to show you guys before. These little scar marks in here was where the little C-clip was digging in. See how it was digging in right there? Boom. Where my middle finger's at. So anyways, I put it in there and it fits, but I'm gonna clean that up so it fits precise. The drive shaft, as you can see, is sitting up there because I need to drop the rear end to get it down. 400 yoke, I mean, it is a 4L80, so it's the same yoke as 400. I always keep those, that way we can pull the drive shaft out, put that in so it doesn't leak no oil out. Sometimes when the cars are sitting nice and level, it doesn't leak out. But the drive shaft is just kind of wedged in here. So I wanted to get those on and get the cross brace in it. So I gotta clean up that area up in there. Put the cross brace in. I'm gonna cut into this area up here just a little bit. These shocks are a 207 shock and a 10-inch 300 spring that's going in here. So I'll be on a little bit of an angle towards the back, like I always do. And anti-roll, I'm gonna figure out if it's gonna come off. Obviously it's gonna come off the cross brace up here, and then it's gonna go either here or towards the front, but I gotta figure that out yet. Once I get the cross brace where I want it, I'll figure that out. But yeah, this side again, as you can see, the weld penetrated. Just a little dirty. This side, a little bit of splatter right there. Damn it! I wish I could do this. I should have just turned my phone light on in front of my nail if it'll focus on it. Just a little bit of splattering right here, but it'll clean right up. So yeah, y'all. This is where we're at on true SS car, and the owner did say yes, it is a true SS car. Like, you know, 80, what is it, guys? 85 and down with that tail light. 86 with the full tail, the full smoothed out tail light. Yeah. All right. That's not the cross brace. I got the cross brace right there. So I'm about to figure that out, get that in there. But I'll be back. What up, y'all? I'm back. I missed a couple steps on the video, so I'll try to get you guys caught up on what I did. So I'm not sure on the last little segment if these were on there, but these are the coilover brackets that weld to the bottom of the housing that normally have the curve in them. So I cut it off, the curved part, and I welded it on here, so that's why it's angled here and not flat. When I do order the strips, this one's a 9-hole, but I normally order the strips, and the strips would be 11-hole or 9-hole, and they stay square and they come off the bottom. The lower you go on here, the better you're gonna make the shot clear and everything, to where you see a lot of these guys welding this directly to the housing, or having the drop box, whatever multi-hole box here, and this piece will be welded in more, and then they're at the bottom of it, and the car really isn't sitting that low because they didn't put the upper bar in as high as they should have. But what I did here is I kept the bar lower. I got 11-inch shock, and then I'm at like a 4th hole down or something, and then with the 2-inch squish of the spring going down when the car settles, when you set the car on the ground, the wheels are going to be tucked, which obviously this has got the stocks on it right now, SS wheels, and he's putting 24s on it. So the 24s will be able to go on, boom, it's going to sit with maybe the tire up in there. You know, so what I'm saying is plenty of adjustability. If everything's installed correctly, super drop boxes, boom, 15-hole, tons of adjustment where you put the bar. So if your car is lower, you can still angle your bar down, lower bar, on a good angle to drive them tires into the ground for hooking, but frame easy, braced up and shit like that. And if you're running slicks, or you know, you're trying to get hook out of it, you move your bar down a couple holes, a hole or two, and you'll be able to drive the tire into the ground harder. So back to this. I have these on both sides, fully welded in there. Got the cross brace up in there. Some of the welds came out pretty decent. The ones on the anti-roll mount, again, you gotta weld on both sides of the anti-roll mount. You can't just weld on one side. I see a lot of guys weld on one side, and a lot of guys that put the bar up there with that on there, and then they're welding the cap of the arm on there too, because they're just putting big nasty booger welds. And what I mean by that is, they'll put the bracket on here, and they'll actually weld this cap to there. Now see, these have a Zerk fitting, so I guess they just figure if they did weld that, it doesn't matter, this and that. But if something was to break later on, you'd have to cut the whole bracket off instead of being able to just change it if you wanted to upgrade. This is the basic one, and I always talk about the billet one. So this one's just got 3/8 bolts in it. He's not, you know, I mean, it's G-body. I haven't seen the G-bodies break the small one like that, but I've seen the Dunks and the box Chevys break the small one like that. So that's why I always use the billet one. But this guy ordered his own stuff, and He's not even sure why he ordered it that way, but not a big deal. It can be upgraded later. The worst you'd have to do is cut off these tabs that go to the front for the link. People that keep asking about the exhaust, like this one already came with the turn downs. That's how this car was. But once this rear end is set in place, people are asking about if you can do a full tail. You know, there's people out there that says if you do a welding coil over behind the rear end, oh, you could never do tailpipes on it, shit like that. Well, they're wrong. As long as the shop is a good shop and can bend pipe right, the tubing, you can come up over here and come between the back side. I put the coilovers as far out as I can possibly get them. The nut ends up being real close to the outside of the frame, as you can see. So it can be done as long as the coilovers are in the right spot and stuff like that. So paint wise, I do have to I'm putting the brakes underneath here. It's gonna curve up, boom. I didn't have a tube last time when I built the rear end for him, but we knew we were gonna put the rear end in the car, which he did, brought it to me like this. And then I'm gonna put this brakes on. So that's actually what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna paint the top cross brace and get in there and paint that a little bit, boom. So it looks a little bit better, not try to paint his fuel filter too much. But yeah, on the next step of the Monte Carlo SS. All right, y'all, let me put some paint up in here and make this brace for the bottom. Get that welding part done. I keep saying I'm gonna cut these cups off. I could leave them, but there's no point in having them there. And a lot of you other guys out there that are building rear ends, and then when you're ordering the rear ends, or excuse me, I did say that wrong. When you guys are ordering rear ends with the, you know, already narrowed and stuff like that, and then you're saying you're fabbing it, blah, 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 and you're leaving that cup on there. Yeah, order it. That's how I order it. Just the upper ears on it. It's the only thing I need on it. This one did come with the back brace on it, and I had shortened the back brace when I did the super drops on it a couple months back. All right, y'all, I'll be back with some paint on here and maybe the brace. Yo, I'm back. All right, so as you can see, I got the brace on there. That is a 1 5/8" tube. My bend right here, still pretty hot, but this bend is 2.5 inches on my bender back there, which I'll show you that. Anybody can buy that bender. The space in between there is 36 from the inside of that drop box and the inside of that drop box, 36. I cut the tube at 36.5, and then I fitted both sides to fit against there. Now, as you know, the box, the way this extra support is on the outside of this box, sticks out farther down here than back here. So I had to angle it forward and angle it up because this bar goes in here on an angle, not straight. These other guys, they put the straight bar underneath and then they put a piece of plate in there. I'm sorry, I think that's horrible. I did a couple like that a couple years ago and I didn't like it. So let me show you on. So I cut the bar at 36.5. And we'll go right back here. I know I showed it before, but I know people be skipping through the video and shit. So this is a bender that you can get at Harbor Freight. I've left the same dies in here, the same cut piece in here. So see, it says 1.25 inches on it. So what I'm saying is right here, how the ram comes out. So the yellow mark on the bottom to this line right there. So you take the tape measure and go from here to there. So at each pump that you pump it, you go up until you get 2.5. And see, I got 2.5 written on the table. Got a lot of paperwork in my head. So you pump it up, you can see where I got this set. I've never really had to move it. I had no idea the clip was gone. Well, that's just a regular pin. But I've used this to set things on and paint and stuff like that. And then the grinding and all that shit that I do in here, and it's just nasty. But this little bender right here, you know, Harbor Freight, you get it, bam. Put your tube in there as long as you want it. Center, you can see that die right there has the little divots in it, little markings. So that's your center. You put your line on it, put your center, boom. You bend it to 2.5. That's with using super drops on a 9-inch housing. So when you get into the 8.5 housings and stuff like that, the bend is a little less or a little more. I forget. I think it's a little more. Well, that's just a basic number for y'all guys to try. And if you're never sure, bend it a little less than what you need, test fit it, and then bend a little more, and just write it down as you go. But yeah, so I got the brace on there. He has brake lines. Okay, so you guys, brake lines. He has these are a front mount G-body. So this is a metric caliper. So this actually takes the banjo bolt. So then you got the fitting that goes right here. So you got the banjo bolt, the fitting, then you got the line. So you guys could make the line longer than this to where you get rid of the metal, keep the braided, and the braided could go into a T there. But so he's got the hard line here. I had to bend this, but he didn't have these attached because we didn't know where they were going to be at that time. So he left them on here. I'm going to tack them to the tube right here. I'm going to clean it up, tack it in here. But you can run a full braided all the way up to there, stainless braided, whatever, you know, to where it tees. They actually make a tee that you don't have to use a brass one, just a fitting for the lines to screw to. And then it's got the line on the car, which is braided. So you can do that. But so that I gotta mount that on there, cut these off. So I'm gonna cut these off first, then I'm gonna mount those on there so I can grind that up, clean it up. So that way when I paint that stuff, the brakes are already on here, already hooked up. So I'm gonna have to probably put some tape on the line so I don't get paint on it. And just getting closer to it being done. After that, some paint, let the paint dry and bolt it together and do some basic adjustment. So that's where we're at on the Monte Carlo SS. The true Monte SS, not the clone over there. All right, I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Went ahead and bolted her up. Wheels are on it. Coilovers are on it. Everything's tight that needs to be tight. Put a little more paint on it, but as you can see the fingerprints and stuff, because it didn't dry fast enough. We had it hot in here, but then we had to open the door. But the light is making it shine a little goofy anyways. But coilovers, anti-roll. These are a 207 shock with a 300, 10-inch 300 spray. Cross brace, anti-roll. Put the brace underneath it. Go over this way. Hopefully we don't get blinded. Boom. It does have these turn downs. Like a little bit of overspray on the arm, but we can wipe that off with some nail polish remover or something. But he's got them turned down, but as you can see, if you went straight, you'd go up over the rear end and drop right on the inside of the spring and come out, go around it, whatever. That bar might need a little more paint on it. Same thing over here. I welded the brackets on, the tabs for the brake stuff. Oh, we still gotta peel the tape off. Black tape off the braided line. Got the U-joint, like we said. The correct U-joint is properly seated in there. This is the offset one. So this is the 1350 yoke side, which is the bigger cap. And this side is the smaller one. And then it's got the lock ring inside here, which is the thin brass C-clip. So it all measured out, it all went together good. Cleaned up those burrs in there. So you guys can see it is in there. Boom. U-bolts are evenly tightened, as you can see how much thread's sticking out. Lock washers are in there. So yeah, we're about to set her down. I can back up without running over shit and fall and bust my ass. Ran into my welder. Monte Carlo SS. We'll be back in a minute. All right, y'all. First time setting it down. He does have the S10 hub style spindles on the front, which are what, extreme blazer or something. So that automatically, for what I do believe is, I'm trying to kick stuff out of my way because everything's in my way so I don't fall my ass over. So anyways, the S10 blazer hub style with the bigger brakes, but I believe the spindle is a lowered spindle, and that's obviously why the front of the car is as low as it is. I think it's like a 2-inch lower spindle. If anybody out there knows the correct way, or if I am correct, please let me know. Anyways, first time setting it down, and it's actually where I wanted it. I have one hole to where I can go lower, which if I measured that, this car's only getting 24s, like I said. If I was to measure from center, oh yeah, he's got those SS caps on the SS wheels. They're in the car. I just popped it on there real fast to see if it fit good. It fit good. But anyways, what I'm saying is, I got one hole on the adjustment on the rear end side of the coilover brackets that I could go one hole lower. I don't know where I got the springs set right now. They should be just snug at 10 inches on the shock because it's a 10-inch spring on the Viking shock. But first time setting it down, and it sits good. Pushed up and down on it. I do believe he did say he was going with 212s or maybe some 15s. I don't know. I know he's going with something. Got an amp board and stuff in there, but I got to double check the rear end square again, but it was square every time I measured it up underneath. But this is a nice looking car. Very nice looking car, even though being in the shop and got dirty. I know there's probably a few of you guys out there that's like, man, this dude gets all these shots of the driver's side of the car, depending on which way the car's in the shop. The white car, the white box, it's like nothing but passenger side because it was on this lift backwards the whole time. So nothing but passenger shots. And then passenger fender was the bad fender on that one. And then when it got put on the trailer, I didn't even think about doing a driver's side shot of it. But anyways, the car will be coming out. You guys will see it. But anyways, this Monte Carlo SS, boom, cowl hood. And like I said, it is supercharged LS. I would show under the hood, but I don't know if it's okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, as you can see that back view. And this rear end, for anybody that was asking, this rear end or thinking, does have those 1-inch spacers on it on each side. And when he ordered this rear end, because I didn't narrow this rear end, I only put the boxes on. No, wait, what did I do? I clocked the ends. So I cut the ends off and clocked them to bring the caliper down. But he's thinking about going with a 7-inch lip now. So that means the car come back, get narrowed, boom. I'll be the one to put the 24s on anyways. His next thing he wants to do is put the coilovers and control arms on the front, so that'll be the next thing that he's getting for the car. But as you can see, this wheel's out at the top a little bit. It might be towed in too, but that's got nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna go around and measure all 4 corners, see where I'm at on the back. The anti-roll, you know, keeps everything level on the back. But it's pretty late, and I'm about to get out of here and do the final adjustment on this thing tomorrow. But yeah, the rear tire on this side kind of looks, no, it's pretty, it's flush straight front to back. But yeah, that's a nice SS cap too. Must be some aftermarket stuff. Nice. Just got the lyre tack in it, big ass tack. Got a nice steering wheel, ratchet shifter, some gauges. But you know, he ain't done with it. He ain't done yet. It's a clean car. Clean car, man. Nice car. Got that good alarm system on it. To those that didn't notice, but yeah, see those? Those are actually pretty cool. Louvers, I think the GNXs had those, right? For the air flow through, something like that. That's nice. Tomorrow, we'll be able to pull it outside, do that final adjustment, pull it outside. So later on in this video, you guys can hear it. It sounds really good. You've seen the mufflers that are underneath there. And yeah, that's where we're at. So I'll be back. What up? Here we are, finished product of the rear suspension setup. When it came in, it was sitting pretty high in the back. I don't think I got a piece of that in this video of how high it was. It had some box Chevy springs in the back. I mean, I showed the springs, but I didn't show how high it was sitting. So of course the car is going to be set up for, you know, everybody's like, oh, that's probably really low, but it's going to have 24s on it. So the height difference from these 15s, you know, it's 24. Rule of thumb is 30 inches tall. So I think right now, what did I say? From center of that wheel, back wheel, to the quarter lip is 14 and a half, 15 inches. So whatever that tire is, split the difference in a circle, boom, add it. That's how much the car would sit up higher and fill up the wheel well. But yeah, here we are, SS. It's a little windy out here today. I'm trying to block the speaker. So one thing about the iPhone, you can record killer ass video quality, you know, changing it to HD 60. Can't go to the 4K, you go to the 4K, and when you upload the 4K, it doesn't come out as clear, but the HD 60, so go from 30 to 60 pixels, however the hell that is. Boom. My son showed me that shit. But yeah, so like I said, LS, supercharged, Monte Carlo, true SS, done. You see the condensation underneath there from the pipes. I did have it running. I'll have a shorts up of it running so you can hear it. Sounds good. But we are gonna take it for a little test drive up and down the street, and then probably take it to the gas station, Speedway, and they got the touchless spray wash, you know, goes around the car. So yeah. I'm trying to get better with these videos, y'all. You know, like I said, I do barely any editing. Just load it up using iMovie Maker, add to it every clip, and then when I put it on YouTube, you know. But anyway, all right, y'all. Bankroll Tim bedded up. I'll slide up underneath there. Super drop boxes. The way I brace it, it's an 1.5/8 tube, real strong. But yeah, bet that up. Bet that up. Alright, Monte Carlo SS is done. It's actually a little chilly out here. Yeah, alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. All my subscribers, appreciate it. And Bankroll Tim, I'm out.